The first thing to do is to clean the pumpkin by scraping out all of the seeds and also peeling it. After peeling, I wash my pumpkin, and next thing I'm going to do is to cut it into chunks. So let me show you next all the other ingredients we're going to be using for this recipe. We have some fresh thyme from the garden, and I'll pull the leaves off the stems. Next we have some of my favorites, some beautiful Thai chili peppers. These are hot chili peppers, and I'll chop up a couple of these. We'll also be using a little jeera, probably about a quarter teaspoon. Another great addition, some fresh ground garlic and ginger mix. Today I'm going to be using some spring onions, some green onions instead of regular onions. So the 3 green onions, I just chopped those up. To start the pot, we'll have some sweet cream unsalted butter and extra virgin olive oil. Add kosher salt and coarse ground black pepper to your taste. I have my 2 hot chilies chopped up, the thyme leaves, and 1 tablespoon of ground garlic and ginger mix. I have my pot heating up on a high heat to begin with. First, I'll add a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Next, a couple tablespoons of sweet cream unsalted butter. As soon as the butter is melted, I'm going to add my green onions. Next, I'm going to add the garlic, the chilies, and the thyme. Stir that really well. Get everything nice and fried up in the pot. And now it's time to add all that lovely pumpkin to the pot. Stir well to get all those flavors coated onto the pumpkin. Make sure to stir the pumpkin regularly to avoid any sticking to the bottom of the pot. And after a couple minutes of sauteing the pumpkin, I add kosher salt and coarse ground black pepper to taste. Now give it a good stir again to get all that salt and pepper incorporated. Now it's time to add a little jeera. I'm just adding a quarter teaspoon because it's got a very strong flavor. And if you want, you could even add less than that. Add a little water as you need. During the cooking process, I add water maybe 2 or 3 times. As the pumpkin continues to cook, I like to smush it down a little bit while I'm stirring it to just move it along and get it to a nice consistency. This is after about 5 minutes. I'm gonna add a little more water now. One thing I wanted to mention is that adding jeera or cumin to the pumpkin is going to make it a little darker. So if you prefer, you can always choose to add a lot less, or just, just eliminate that ingredient altogether. This is now my third addition of water. You just want to add a little bit at a time because you don't want to get it too soupy. It's been about 15 minutes now, so this is a good point to taste. Really nice, smooth and creamy. And now it's time to take the pumpkin choka or pumpkin talkari off the heat and serve it up. You know what? I think some roti will go really good with this pumpkin choka.